Increasingly, foreign companies compete for public tenders in EU countries. At the same time, European firms find it hard to get access to public procurement markets in the countries where those competitors come from. The European Commission would like to improve the EU position with the introduction of a reciprocity clause. Only companies from countries which have opened their market to competition from Europe could take part in tenders within the EU. The issue has stirred controversy in the EU and in the European Parliament. We asked two MEPs whether new regulation is needed at all, or whether Europeans should perhaps just learn to negotiate better deals.
Exactly. I think that this is a bad proposal for many reasons from the Commission, particularly because of the time that we find ourselves in. To be closing our markets in terms of EU procurement is actually going to deliver less value for EU taxpayers.
Un nouveau règlement est évidemment nécessaire. Il y a une asymétrie flagrante sur la question des marchés publics. D'abord, ce sont des marchés extrêmement importants. Ça représente en moyenne 20% du produit intérieur brut. Bon, en Europe, 19%. C'est des 20 millions d'emplois potentiellement.
Agreed that some kind of principle should govern the global market and public procurement. Should it be reciprocity or something else?
Le juste échange, c'est avec les grands pays émergents et avec les grands pays avancés, nos alter ego, c'est le principe de la réciprocité. C'est-à-dire que si les Chinois peuvent soumissionner et obtenir la construction d'une autoroute en Pologne, un tronçon entre Berlin et Varsovie, il est tout à fait normal que des entreprises du public, du bâtiment ou public ou privé d'ailleurs, du bâtiment et des travaux publics, puissent obtenir la construction de voies de chemin de fer ou d'autoroutes en Chine.
We need to assess how open the EU markets are perceived to be with third countries, with the rest of the world. I don't think that the access is as great a percentage as perhaps the Commission have claimed that it is. And similarly, we also need to have access to markets overseas and some reciprocity needs to be looked at. But it's the methods at which they're employing. It's really sort of threatening to close markets, and I think that could lead to retaliation, which could actually be more detrimental to us here in the EU.
The EU has allowed foreign firms to compete for tenders even if our own companies couldn't do so in their countries. Was that an error?
Ce n'est pas des erreurs, c'est une doctrine. Et puis surtout, ça permet à des entreprises occidentales, européennes, de vendre de la high-tech, de vendre des produits et des services de très haute valeur ajoutée que eux ne savent pas faire chez eux. Et que si on commence à se défendre sur l'accès à nos marchés publics, il y aura de la rétorsion. Alors, les Allemands craignent pour leur Mercedes, pour leur Audi, pour nous-mêmes, nous craignons pour nos produits de luxe.
I think that we need to sort of really look at the statistics about the public procurement and who's coming in and making those bids and who's winning those contracts. When you look at actually our GPA partners and the access in procurement, it's pretty much the same as what we have.
Many member states have already expressed reservations against any such proposal. Given its bad odds in the Council, does it still make sense to discuss this proposal in Parliament?
Oui, je crois que ça a du sens parce que beaucoup d'États sont en train de prendre conscience que les grands pays émergents connaissent une montée en gamme extrêmement rapide et que fermant leur propre marché et allant à l'extérieur pour vendre leurs produits, eh bien, ils deviennent des concurrents absolument redoutables. Je crois qu'il s'agit d'une bataille politique de première envergure et que, finalement, l'aile progressiste et humaniste de ce Parlement finira par l'emporter.
The Parliament at this point in time is extremely split on this issue. We're dealing with a dossier that got negative impact assessment feedback from its own Commission services. So we in the Parliament are going to be looking at this very carefully, making sure all the arguments have been looked at.